So we come in to negotiations, and we come in, and they're obviously skeptical. This dude's been married. He's older. A pastor. He's older. Is this a cult?
Yeah.
Like, where are they taking my girl? You know, they're like, are you sure?
Sure.
I think everybody wants, whether it's through friends or through marriage, to have somebody. Everybody wants a ride or die.
Yeah, man.
Everybody wants somebody who they know, come what may, when I come home, you're there for me.
Yeah.
And I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Despite my stuff, despite your stuff, you can't count on the world because the world's going to change. But if there's anything you can count on, you can count on me.
Sure.
I will be there for you. Everybody wants that.
Hey, what's up? Welcome to That Husband Podcast with me, Black Newborn. Here we are husbands who aren't where we want to be, but certainly are not where we used to be. We are imperfect, always failing forward, trying to know better so that we can do better. Hey, what's up? Welcome to That Husband Podcast with me, Black Newborn. This is where husbands try to know better so that we can do better. This is part 2 of our conversation with Julz. If you haven't seen part 1, you're wasting your time, right? Switch this off. Go see that and come back after that, right? But if you've seen part 1, we're continuing with that, with the man himself.
Come on.
Bro,
Here again.
You share a name with Julius Malema, dog.
He shares a name with me.
Come on. You done said it. You done said it, bro.
I'm telling you now. That's what it is. You out there, holla.
Copyright. Better bring my real quick,
patented.
fast, bro.
I'm telling you, bro. But that's what it is.
That's
Can't
dope,
help
bro.
it.
Bro, so,
Yeah.
part 1, we added some names in here, but you actually gave us a very peculiar answer. You spoke about a community that you walked into and how collectively people inspired you to get married. I don't know if you want to help us go down that rabbit hole again, or maybe there's a husband that sticks out for you.
Yeah, man. It is really hard for me to pick one person. Because I think my experience was so community driven.
Sure.
And so maybe mention a couple of things. So within our community, outside of what was said last time, so there's, on the one side, there's my peer groups who later on, as we started getting married, being able to walk with my friends through their marriages that are still married to this day, both hold me accountable as a husband, but also lets me know I'm not the only one that's wilding out with certain things, you know? And you know that thing when people are going through worse things than you're going through, you're like, it's not so bad out here, you know what I mean? It's all right, you know? So having that peer element was really great.
That's dope,
a bunch of us got married young at that stage, and so that was really cool. Secondly, through kind of premarital things, there were couples that we got to walk with before the marriage and during the marriage, which was super helpful, And then, so I could mention maybe 2 couples that I maybe will put in the book. So Dave Porter and Sarah Porter, both Daves, and David Webb and Caroline Webb, right? So those 2, Dave and Sarah, walked with us premarital and during for some time. And that's just like a once a month check-in. No like material per se. It's just, hey, how you doing? And specific things that Dave called me on in those early days that I needed. You know what I mean? So big ups to him if he ever hears that. That really helped out with a lot of things. And then David Webb as well, they, to so many of us, opened up their home and we got to see their marriage and their family, right? So 5 kids, adopted kids in as well. And just seeing that dynamic. And so they would do little things like still have a dining room table. And we eat at the table.
Come on, bro.
You know, I don't know nothing about that. we
you
were
sitting
screen,
in
bro.
the dining room with the TV, plates on your lap.
Bro, quickly
don't
they made
talk.
me talk.
We're all watching
like,
Generations
I'm telling
here.
you. No, they shut the thing down. It's a different room. I mean, that's like a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Sat there, dining room table, and then we have discussions about the day as well as discussions around politics and current affairs and different things. And so today, you know, newspapers brought out or you know, digital.
Sure.
And here's the thing. Hey, what do you think about that? Hey, what do you think about that? And the kids are engaging. It doesn't have to be a long time, but it's 20 minutes. But that's a daily thing.
Yeah.
You know, a moment for the child to voice their opinion about a world affair. I was just like, bro.
You were seen, not heard.
Bro, you know what I mean? Shut up. Yes. No wonder I didn't like the news, you know? So things like that, I think a lot of us, so that one's particularly black-white, but a lot of us then started considering things like that in our African marriages.
Sure.
You know? It's like, man, what would that do in my household if we had a moment daily that we could just engage, maybe check in or maybe talk about current affairs? What would that do over the long haul? So marriages like that, bro, made a big difference.
Still, bro.
Then, of course, they tell us about sex and tell us about, and we're like, we could talk about this.
The nice stuff.
Like, yeah, bro, you better get in, so. Hi. You know? How you doing in that regard? You know? It was beautiful. To this day, it's beautiful. You know?
When Jesus speaks about being meek, some people mistaken that for being weak.
Yeah.
Jordan Peterson kind of has thoughts on this, and I tend to agree with him.
Yeah.
But a dude who's meek knows his strength.
Yeah.
A dude who's meek knows his power. Jordan Peterson would say he knows how dangerous he can be. And not dangerous for the sake of harming, but dangerous for the sake of protecting, the sake of providing, the sake of creating space and keep, you know, brokenness, danger, evil away. If you're going to fight evil and darkness, you have to be dangerous, right?
Yeah.
So, but a dude who's meek knows all of that, recognizes that, and chooses to restrain his strength, his dangerousness, chooses to control it, right? Hence, you know, Jesus would call us to self-control. I can control my strength and choose to use it to build, and sometimes I choose to use it to destroy danger and anything that wants to come destroy what it is that I'm building, right?
Yeah.
A dude cannot speak of self-control. A dude cannot speak of meekness if he doesn't have any strength.
Yeah.
If you don't have.
If he's weak.
If he's weak.
Yeah.
Right? So there is a sense in which we always need to remember that as husbands, we have a lion, and we also called to be a lamb as well. Yeah. But you can't claim to be a lamb if there's no lion in you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
You can't. Right? You're not even a lamb. We don't know what you are.
Yeah.
So you can't say, I am actively choosing to be a lamb. Yes, you're a chicken. Right? You can't actively choose to be a lamb if you can't restrain the lion. Right? So you can say I'm actively being a lamb here because you know you have real potential to be a lion, or you are in fact a lion, and you are choosing to control that for the sake of the lamb coming out and showing grace and loving and, you know, protecting, etc., etc. You know, so I think that's a note to sit on, you know, and it's probably another podcast we can pick up.
Yeah, because I think especially in discipleship spaces, men, we need you to teach other men to be lions and lambs. We especially because I came in as a blank canvas.
Sure.
And I'm looking at community, teach me. How do I do husband? How do I do marriage? Because everything before is broken, is a mess. I'm a mess. And all the data is there, right? So
uncontrolled
lion
lions
sounds like, so what we were doing in the past feels like we were trying to be, we were being wolves. Let's use a different
hundreds,
analogy.
1,000, bro.
Right? We were doing terrible things.
Wolfish.
But we were out there, and we were not trying to be played. But like, whether it's a girl or it's a guy, it's like there's a lot of things we could say. I'm feeling a lot of restraint coming down, but that's what. So when we came in, we submitted and surrendered, and we felt, okay, the picture is the lamb. Let this guy go in every area. So, and some of us found that easier than others, you know. But nobody told me in particular, hey, bro, yeah, you got to die for your wife, but you also got to, you know, you also got to disciple. You also got to be firm. And that's love.
It is, bro.
You know?
Yeah.
Nobody looked me in the face. Said, bro, you're messing up. You're messing up.
Yeah.
You're letting her do stuff
Yeah.
that's going to kill this marriage.
Yeah.
And you think you're being loving by giving her space. But that's actually what the world says you need to do. Like nobody said, yo, bro, man up.
Get married to give space, bro. Nobody. That's not being a lion, bro. Yeah.
And had I had a me or somebody to come and say, bro, whether you take time off, whether you sit down, you guys need to have because I mean she's a feminist type vibe, and it's great. I loved that. I had no issue with that, and I had no issue with us engaging. You know. So whether it's sit down and you guys go at it. And do what you need to do with, and come out on the other side for this marriage and for the Lord. Great, but don't just sit back and be passive. Right? I didn't think I was being passive, but looking back,
you mistaken passivity for grace in those moments.
You know what I'm saying? And it's easy to do that because then you just get back in work and you just get And like I said, we had our bubble. Where when we come back to our bubble, all's good.
Friends,
and it's all good, you know. But all that stuff eventually
creeps in, bro.
You know, burst that bubble.
So it ends. I remember when you called me, and you were like, "Yo, man, sign the papers, you know, it was amicable." So at first, when you telling me this stuff, I'm like, I'm just waiting for the drama. I'm waiting for.
You're still waiting.
I want my spoon, right? I bought that fork, bro, in 2009, right? And part of that is informed by two things. One, just messy divorces, but the only crazy, like very nasty divorce or separation, not even the actual divorce, but a separation was my own parents, right? And nothing on my mom, at least that she showed us. But I've told the story a million times, right? Like literally today we're good, we're a family, everything is working well. I wake up, go to school, come back after school. My dad is selling spoons, bro. Like, why are you selling Ringo's CD, dog? Everything is fine, right? So I'm like, that's what's at the back of my head when I think divorce, separation, right? You call me and you're like, oh no, dog, we
done.
We done.
Yeah.
I'm like, so one, my heart sinks, you know, because I'm like, especially towards the end, we walking together as well, right? And so I'm like, damn, this thing is done, dog. It's done. 13 years. Done. Like, at that point, I think I'm, 8 years? So 13 seems like...
Yo, he gonna get bro.
Dog. Right? And you like, it's done. I'm like, 13, done. Finished, right? So I'm in that moment, I'm just having to deal with the shock of that alone.
Yeah.
So then I'm like, okay, it's fine. Right? We'll talk about that, we'll mourn that. Where's the drama?
Yeah.
And you're like, no, there isn't.
Yeah.
I'm like,
the drama already happened.
I'm like,
it's
yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe it's not dramatic.
Yeah.
But like, where's the I'm not letting you go? You know?
Yeah.
Amicable, bro. Clean. Done.
Yeah, bro.
Right? Which there's something to celebrate there, even in the midst of a death like this.
Yeah.
That I think what makes divorces more deadly is when there's scratching of eyes, when there's, kicking and screaming, where it's like, this is already a death, bro. It's like burying somebody and getting to the graveyard, and then people suddenly fight for wheels. Yeah. It's like, bro, the body's not even
in
it's
the
still,
coffin
bro.
now.
Bro. We're not letting this coffin go down until we get the Volvo. I'm like, right? So one, there's death. That's heavy, but. And that's why I use this very purposefully, that we can celebrate that the thing wasn't messy, because that's not the narrative, that's not the normal story, right? But in your mind, what's going on, bro? Because then 2 years, if I'm not mistaken, after that you get married. What happens then as this thing ends? I mean, yes, you guys are still homies. Are you thinking, this thing is done because it ended well? I'm ready to move on. Or are you thinking, because I'll tell you, I've said this to you a million times. If I divorce, bro,
you're done.
Done.
Yeah.
Love my wife.
Yeah.
And because I love her.
Yeah.
And because we're homies.
Yeah.
I am not doing this thing with nobody.
Yeah.
I am not, listen, I could go through struggles, suffering, hunger with this one.
Yeah.
Anyone else, I'm like, I'm fine.
Never.
I'm grand, right? And especially now, you get divorced. I think at my age, because you're 37 at that point.
No, I get divorced at 39. Was it 39? So we get divorced 20, 38.
You're 38.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm two years away from 38. So it's around this time.
Yeah.
I'm not doing this thing again, bro. Divorce now. Telling you, bro. Like I'd have to. You see how I'm seeing you?
Marriage is a beautiful thing, though.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah.
I would have not community, not scripture, not the inkling of my. I would have to see Jesus. Like he'd have to sit like this with a white T-shirt and a cap and say, "Ntwana yami,
yeah,
I need you to go do this thing again."
And if you did tell us that story, we'd be like, he's lost it now. Now we know.
That would be the only reason, bro, I would get remarried. Listen, there could come, a sipati from the village.
A sipati.
I'd be like, Suga! Suga! I'm not doing this thing against the fight. Oh, Baba, I'll rub your feet when you come back from work. I'll even make sure your Bible is out so that you can cleanse me with the word. I'm grand, dog. How do you move from that, bro, to... Are you thinking, I'm going to get married? Or you just like, we'll play it by ear?
So on the Amicable thing.
Yeah.
I think the picture for me is David. David has had he's had adultery, Bathsheba. God judges and says your child's gonna die.
Oh, bro.
Right.
Sword never leaves his family.
So the issue is death. Right? So when God pronounces the judgment, man, the guy fasts. Man, the guy prays. Man, the guy does everything he can do. That God would turn the thing around. And he doesn't. And the thing dies. Child dies. Rather. So when the child dies, everybody's like, yo, how are we even going to tell him? What's going to happen? Can't see the guy when the child dies, they come tell him, he wipes his face, he takes a bath, he goes to the temple, he worships. They're like, yo, how did you respond like that?
Sure.
David says, when the child was alive, I fasted and I prayed in the hope that God would turn it. But now that the child is dead, there's nothing I can do.
What can I do? Yeah.
All I can do is worship. So that's I think that's what happened to me. While I was trying to save the thing, I fasted, I prayed, I did everything I could do. That God would do something, or that she would do something, that something would change. When it was clear this thing was dead, I took a shower, put on lotion.
Wow.
I went to the temple and I worshipped.
Wow.
Because it's gone. There was nothing more to do.
Bro.
right?
Yeah.
And I love that his response was worship.
Mm.
And yeah, so that's my typical response to most things is worship. It's like, this sucks. Jesus, where you at? That's my typical space, because that's the only thing that will restrain, that will restore, that gets my mind back to where I need to be to get back in the game, right? If I don't do that, I'm going to be I'm going to be short with people. I'm going to be frustrated. I'm going to make a lot of mistakes. So that's what I mean by going into it with the Lord and coming out with the Lord from beginning. I mean, you know, when from the beginning it was this thing hit. It was like, yo, what the ditched, left. But as fast as I could, worship.
Wild, bro.
Like, as fast as I could.
Wild.
What is going on? I don't know what's going on. But I know you're in charge.
Yeah.
I know you're going to work this out. I know this will all make sense.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, okay, what's the next step? Let's go. Then when it ended, worship. And so I felt fine.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe therapists are going to bring stuff. Maybe somebody's going to watch this and say, dude is living in denial, bro. I don't know, you know?
Yeah.
All I can do is tell you what I feel,
What you feel,
and how
bro.
I see things.
Yeah.
And I felt good, and the people around me felt like, you look good, bro. You look like we're not seeing things coming out of you. You know what I mean? So
wolves emerging.
yeah. So I said to her, when we were ending, I said to her, "You're gonna get married again?" I was like, "Nah." She pulled your card. I was like, "Nah, I am not gonna do this again." I was like, "Cool." She asked me, "Are you gonna get married?" I said, "Yeah, of course I am. Of course I am, right?"
What do you think?
Like, that's great, bro. Like, why wouldn't you want to get married?
Sheesh.
And then she said, "Can I come?" I'm like, "Nah, you're crazy." But as a picture of the friendships, like, "Can I come? Let me come." It's like, there's no way you're coming to my second marriage. Like, I'd love to come, and I'd love to walk you down the aisle. I'd love to walk you down the aisle to get married. I was like, there's no way we're going to do that, you know? Laugh, dash. But even from then, I know I'm going to get married. I didn't expect it to be so soon.
Sure.
It was actually a year, not 2 years. Okay. Right? I didn't expect it to be so soon. But from that time, I love marriage. I love being with somebody. I think everybody wants, whether it's through friends or through marriage, to have somebody. Everybody wants a ride or die.
Yeah, man.
Everybody wants somebody who they know, come what may, when I come home, you're there for me.
Yeah.
And I'm there for you.
Yeah.
Despite my stuff, despite your stuff, you can't count on the world, because the world's going to change. But if there's anything you can count on, you can count on me.
Sure.
I will be there for you. Everybody wants that. You know, and I think you rob yourself short when you only love the butterfly stage of a relationship, the honeymoon stage. You rob yourself short by not doing the time, because it's only the relationships that have done 13, 15, 20, 25 that can say, that you can clearly say, now this one's here for me.
Yeah.
She's got my back.
Sure.
Like, I know it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you rob yourself if you don't have that.
Yeah.
So I want that. I like that.
Still, bro.
You know, and somebody to rub my feet and scratch my back.
Come on, now.
It's nice.
Yeah.
Because there's places on my back I can't reach.
Yeah,
so.
bro.
Help me out. Help me out.
Yeah. Still, bro.
You know?
I said I'll get back to the lobola thing. So you get married now again. You didn't pay lobola before. You pay lobola now.
Ooh.
What does that do to you as an African man?
Yeah, so okay, I'll go straight for the lobola part. So like I was saying, the family dynamic that they presented.
Next level.
blessed me and blessed my family. So we come in to negotiations, and we come in, and they're obviously skeptical. This dude's been married. He's older. A pastor. He's older. Is this a cult? Yeah. Like, where are they taking my girl? You know, they're like, are you sure? Sure. You know, they never heard of, like, she had been very private about her life. So that's her personality. She's never brought a guy home. They've never known her to have a boyfriend.
That's the African way, bro.
That's the way. Suddenly she's getting married to this dude.
Don't bring clowns that are not going to marry.
Quicks! Yeah. Because this dude is about to go to the Caribbean. Sheesh. So he's divorced, he's older, you know, he's
getting
a pastor,
married quick.
And you're going somewhere.
Yo.
Where are you taking my daughter, you know? Yeah. So they were skeptical.
Rightly so, yeah.
Right. So when we meet, they meet my family, my uncle, mom, 2 uncles and my mom, and we meet their family, and the families just gel. Wow. The relational component of the families just it makes the thing work. When they meet who I come from, like, oh no, we think this is good stock. Yeah. Then when we come to do the lobola, so they decide on the lobola amount at that stage. And then we still engage and see if we can, you know, maybe pay them 2 amounts, whatever. But they're like, no, this is the best we can do for you. We're actually being kind, right? Yeah. You know what I mean? So like, all right, fine, we'll do it. So when we do it, I have no issue with lobola. Sometimes maybe the issue can be the amount, but the principle and the gesture of it, I think is
beautiful, man. Yeah.
I think it's great. So the first time not paying lobola wasn't, it was just a shoo because I didn't have the cash. Yeah. You know, it was great. But it had nothing to do with the principle of it, right? So this time, having some money, praise God, and being able to access some money, loved being able to do it. Sure. And being able to do it and to give into the family dynamic of it and the cultural dynamic of it, because then when it was done and then all the elders are sitting before her and before us and speaking to us, because this is what we do culturally, it just spoke, man. It just spoke to us volumes, you know. And my family was almost drawn to tears when they saw the kind of family she had. And the kind of woman I was getting. Wow. Right? The kind of value. So like even when we went to pay the lobola, and of course my mom and my family's protective over me, you know, because I've been through the divorce. They're not trying to let anybody, you know, mess with me or whatever, you know. So my mom says, we're going to know she's the one if when you're in the car, when we go do this negotiation, if she leaves you hungry in the car, forget it. But if she's a wife, she's going to make sure food comes to you. Yeah. Right? We're not going to say anything, but that's her personal test. Yeah. So we get in. I'm sitting there in the car. It's hot, bro. It's hot. All the doors are open, everything. I'm just ready to I'm sending messages out and chill. Within 5 minutes, here comes a tray.
No way, bro.
Muffins and drinks and stuff. Within 15 minutes while they're doing it, here comes some other stuff. You know, she can't come, but she's sending people, go take care of this man. Sheesh. My mom doesn't know. So later on, they decide they weren't supposed to let me come into the house, as you know. Some cultures do. Later on, they have such a great engagement that the family says, no, let the guy come in. You know? I'm not dressed to come in because I didn't think I was going to come in. I'm okay, but I'm not proper dressed. So my family comes, they're saying you must come in. I'm like, come on, really? And then they find the food.
In the car?
Yeah. My mom's like, okay. We go into the house to sit down, and actually the family was not going to cook anything. It was going to be a quick kind of muffin thing. Kanti, my wife cooks. She's like, you can't tell these people to come all the way from South Africa. My mom has come all the way from Uganda. They've come all this way, travel and set down, and you don't give them a proper meal. Come on now. That comes from her.
Sheesh, bro.
So she cooks the whole thing, and then we sit down and we have this meal. She's still not allowed to come see me.
Wild.
Bro. So we eat up, bro. We're taking... My mom is just like, bro, I think we got a daughter here. And they call her out and she comes very respectful and all kinds of things.
She's not even looking at you in the eyes.
She's not sure.
Yeah.
So she comes, she greets, and then she looks at the others. Am I allowed to greet him as well? They're like, yeah, go ahead. Then she huggies, whatever. Then she messes. And then we get in the car and we start to leave. And my uncle says, you got a good one this time. Little things, bro. It's these little... So then my uncle says to me stuff I didn't know. He said, when you first got married...
Sorry to interrupt your viewing. We'll shortly get back to that episode. But if you haven't subscribed, please hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit the notification bell, please do that so that you're always updated on the episodes that we drop here. We want to change the nation. One husband at a time, one marriage at a time, one family at a time. So if you are inspired, encouraged by all the content that we produce on this podcast, stick around because next week, there's another husband who's going to inspire us to do exactly that.
I'll never forget the small bar fridge we had. Man, when I look back, I'm like, this was in today's standard, stupid for you to think that you can just get married with nothing. But there we were, in love and wanting to see this thing through. Bar fridge. I don't know if someone gave us a red couch. And then her bed from when she used to stay at the yard. Yeah.
So then my uncle says to me stuff I didn't know. He said, when you first got married, and he came to visit me. And when he came to visit me, my wife never came out to see him.
And you were being a lamb.
I was being liberal, bro. You know what I mean? Because why should you tell my wife that she should come and do all these things to the elders? You know what I mean? She married me. I didn't marry my wife to go do dishes.
Joe Wick is going to kill us, my friend. Joe is going to destroy us.
Now, bro. I married my wife for her.
Yeah, who are you?
I didn't marry her to do dishes and clean your things, None of that. That's my play. Right? So when he comes over, my wife is let her sleep, bro. Why should she wake up?
But even just as a human.
To
come say, Malume, what up? I'm tired, going to sleep.
No, but that would be too little. Bro, you gotta do something. You gotta sit down. So he said, when I came, and she didn't even come to greet us.
Yeah.
I knew this thing's not gonna work.
Shucks.
I never said anything to you.
Shucks.
And he said, I was so offended. I was so offended that because he did the negotiations.
Yeah.
She couldn't even come and just greet and prepare something.
Shucks, bro.
And he said, I wondered, what kind of marriage are you going through? He said, I actually felt sorry for you.
Shucks,
because I thought, either this guy is just happy and,
delusional.
Oh, he's hiding.
Yeah.
He's hiding what he's really going through.
Shucks, bro.
I'm sorry for you, my son. Bro, this is years later. I'm like, bro.
Listen, I hear Malume, but Malume, you should have said.
You should have said something. But because Josie,
Yeah.
you can't tell these young guys this stuff.
Yeah.
Because you guys think you know better.
You think you know, bro.
You think you know.
Shucks.
And my mom later says to me, she says, she never embraced our family. She never took on our family. She never took my surname. Liberal, bro. Different, we're all good.
And we're artists.
Bro, we're artists. It's all good, bro. Bro, that thing is a trap for selling you that thing is a lie. Never took my surname. Chilled out with even rings at some stage were like da da da.
You don't wear rings.
And then I really did a lot to give her space to be all that she could be, right? And then when my parents would come, my parents would, like, I picked my wife over my parents. And in some ways, I get it. Like,
you have to.
Theologically, yes.
Yeah.
Right?
Leave and cleave.
Right? But in some ways, they were dishonored. And they were not cared for and respected the way they should have been. And so my mom would call. She'd never really respond or whatever. And so so my mom was carrying a thing, bro. Hurt. Just like, this girl she never really embraced us as her family. You know? So this time, bro.
Bro, when you told me that you're in the prayer closet at 3 a.m.
Bro, I got a gem, bro. I got it. I can't tell you. I can't tell you how blessed
Like, you can't even hold it right now, bro.
I can't, bro. I can't, bro. Bro, let me tell you my day. Let me tell you my day so far. Hey, bro. So, bro, I wake up. I'll edit things pre.
Yeah.
So I wake up.
Yeah.
Good, bro.
You wake up happy.
Happy, bro.
That's the editing
I'm in
we're
cuddles,
gonna do.
bro. I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Wake up, and then I go to pray.
Yeah.
Pray, go read the word, customarily. And so pray. She comes in maybe an hour or two later. So we're not doing 3 o'clock now. She comes in an hour or two later. Chill. She goes. About 30 minutes after that, she comes in. We're going to pray together. Right? So no. Actually, I skipped a step. So did we pray? So I'm doing my prayer.
So you're praying individually?
Yeah, she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
I'm doing my thing.
Yeah.
All right. This morning she's starting a little bit late, so I'm in my thing. Then I go take out the trash. And as I go take out the trash, my neighbor, right, old white Greek neighbor, comes to me. So I go, say, what's up? It's like, hey, how are you and the family doing?
Yeah.
I'm like, no, we're all right.
We're good.
It's like, you know what? You picked a good one this time.
Wow.
Broski, this is my old white Greek neighbor.
Skriza.
Bro, he says, you picked a good one this time. I'm like, why are you saying that?
Yeah.
He said, bro, she's polite. She came out the door. The other day she came out the door and she just greeted me. She said, hey, how are you doing? And he said, you know, I'm so worried about this generation. Like, we're just not kind.
Sure.
And I go to the store, everybody's
Yeah.
I go like, young people are just not kind.
Sheesh.
Like, I can see she's polite. She's kind. You know, you got a good one. I said, hey, Daddy-o. You don't know. The neighbor behind us.
Yeah.
The other day, randomly, bro, got some spinach. Yeah, got a whole bunch of spinach. She packaged some spinach.
Your wife?
Goes, wifey, bro.
Packages
Some extra spinach. Goes to my other neighbor, old lady. That lady has made us food, even first marriage. Has given us food, has given us treats. We've never visited her, and she had never done anything. Now, she packages the spinach out of the blue. She says, hey, just want to give you some spinach. My neighbor's like, yo, bro.
Because she's lived with you guys.
Bro. You understand what I'm saying?
You've never
it's this whole
knocked.
love your neighbor thing.
Yeah. And,
Actually,
and this one, you didn't even say.
I didn't say nothing. I
We've never
asked
visited.
Nothing. Wow. Out of her own heart, right? So garbage, come in, have a conversation with the neighbors, like, oh, you picked the one. I'm like, hey, you don't know. It's all good. So I get just like, hey, where were you? So I was like with, the uncle there. She's like, oh, I thought so. Cool. So I go back into the prayer room. She comes in. We do about a 30, 45 minute prayer time together. Yeah. Start engaging, some text, whatever. And the feedback she's giving takes the whole thing somewhere else. The whole time, I'm just like, I love this. Like, oh, bro, my Christian in me is like, oh, this is
I'm alive.
Bro, everything in me is just like, this is beautiful.
Yeah.
Taught that she brings in this thing. Like, because she listens to different people that I do, and we get together, there's just a beauty of things that we're learning. And I had planned it to be like a 10-minute thing. It ends up being like a 45-minute thing, right? Then we go pray. So we come out. So I'd had 2 prayer points because of the conversation. We have 4 prayer points now. Boom. And the Lord just does stuff, right? So then we start praying. Pray. Bah, 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 bah. I'm looking at the side the whole time. This girl is praying, bro.
She's going in.
Like, hey, Jesus. Let's go. Loving it. We finished the prayer time. So, go for my jog. Gotta go to this podcast. Go for it. Can only do 1 round because I'm going to be late. Come. Now, as most of us know, well, many of us know, we don't have water right now in the country, in different places. So we don't have water at my spot. I come back to my spot, bro. Bro, she's boiled some water, bro. She's put it in the tub, bro.
She found a river.
I don't know what, bro. I found a wife.
She
bro.
found a
I don't
river.
know, bro.
In the middle of Johannesburg,
Bro.
to get water.
Bro, I don't even know it. I get there, it's like it's hot, it's in the tub, and it's like, I do my thing, get ready to go. She's doing some stuff. She's got to go. She's got her own day.
Yeah, she has to get to work.
Bro, I'm blessed, bro.
Sheesh, bro.
I'm blessed, bro.
Yeah.
What you going to do with that?
You won.
What you going to do, bro? Bro, spiritually, relationally, in how we're so aligned in terms of the mission, you know, and then just how we're serving each other.
Yeah.
What more do you want, bro?
Praise the Lord, bro.
Get married, bro.
Praise Jesus, bro.
Get married. Get married.
Praise Jesus.
You know what I mean? So that's my day so far.
100s, bro.
I'm like, we haven't even...
Yeah, you haven't even gotten back home.
You haven't even gotten back home. I don't know.
And you can't wait to get back home.
And I can't wait, bro. Yeah. And I can understand the idea of honeymoon and all that stuff. But there's some things that you can see are, this is who this person is.
It is, yeah.
You know what I mean? And so being married a second time, there are some, like you can see like some filters between what is the person and what is, this is new. Yeah. You know, and we're in this thing because it's new. It's you can fresh, see that. Yeah. I think this is who we are, which excites me. Yeah. Super excites me. You know. Yeah. So, anyway, I'll comment there.
Bro, the one thing I could tell you now, when I met you, you had been married. I don't know for how long, but you obviously had, because you got married 2006.
2009.
Yeah. And I got married in 2014. Yeah. So that's 6 years.
Yeah. When did I meet you?
Before then.
Okay.
Yeah.
I met you before you were married?
I think, yeah.
No, bro.
Yeah. I think.
No.
I'm telling you, bro.
I don't think so.
But you've never known us apart. Because we were friends for 5 years.
Either I met you when you were getting married, or I met you after you were getting married.
I think it was before. Anyway, but you obviously 6 years ahead, and now I'm trapping you now.
Bruh.
Now I'm
trapping is relative.
I'm 10 years.
Trapping is relative, Baba.
I am 10 years. Huh? Yeah, I used to be on Tuana.
You're trapping a quantity.
Now. Let's not even play comparison
here. Qualitatively. Don't play with me.
I used to be, put Julz. Now I'm like,
humble myself. Yeah, teach me.
Ozohlala la ngikutshela ukuthi
Teach me.
10 years ufika kanjani mfana. Yes. Yabona lezi zinto zakho zamanzi ukuthi boiling water. Azangikutshela mfana. I used to be in your shadows. Now
tell me.
Now I can restrain my life. Be a lamb to you.
Please, man.
Yeah. And here's the nice thing about marriage and years. Unless I divorce, you can't catch up.
Can't, bro.
Can't.
Quantitative.
Can't. And because you love God so much,
let me bring that quality.
You're not going to pray for one of us to die so you catch up.
I'm having such a good time. I'm not even looking at you.
Let's go on.
I'm not even looking at through the window.
Bro. Come on.
At greener pastures. There's no greener pastures.
That I respect.
My grass.
No. That I respect. That I respect, bro. Right?
I'm telling you, brother.
It's dope, bro. Maybe we could end it here because I think, Chassis, bro, this is dope, and this is definitely helping, dudes who can't speak about divorce and what that does to, the guy. Women would speak about their divorce. And I think it's part of how they cope and deal with the thing and heal. And I think we can do that as well. But I think we tend to take failure harder.
Sure.
Because, again, of this lion and lamb thing, right? So this is, I think, such a refreshing perspective. And not only I divorced and I stayed there, but I was still looking forward to marriage. And I could look back at what I knew then, and I would take that stuff so that I could do better now, right? Which is, that's dope though. So in closing, bro, how do you not compare?
Yeah.
All the time, right? So that yes, there's quality that's just beyond what you could have prayed for.
Yeah.
And not always enjoy that quality.
Yeah.
On the backdrop of, that one didn't work. How do you just enjoy this for what it is, for who she is?
Yeah.
Where God has you guys.
Yeah. By not coming to podcast like this.
You here now?
I'm out here because you asked me to.
You here now?
But I don't live in a comparison mode. It's slightly tricky, as you've alluded to, because you're just like, in some ways, you when you've learned to live without. When you finally you're like, you can't help but be like, yo.
Sure.
And your appreciation is a bit higher because you learned to do without, and you're like, so you're like, you learn to be a cactus, because there's not much rain, so it's dry out here. That's what you learn to be, But I guess the big thing is she's not the same, bro.
Yeah.
She's not, and I'm not the same.
Yeah. And
the story is not the same. So when I start from that point, there is no comparison.
Sure.
Because even our challenges are not the same. Even the strengths and weaknesses are not the same. So it would be wrong for me to compare the two in some ways, because it's apples and oranges. You know what I mean? There are some things we can compare, definitely. I'm the only common factor here. You know what I mean?
Sure.
To some degree, but this story that I'm in now is so different, right? From its conception. So little things like, even with the Caribbean thing, I asked her one day, hey, like, what's the Lord been saying to you? She's like, I feel like the Lord is saying I'm going to be part of a church plant in the Caribbean, on an island, actually. And I hadn't told her about the Caribbean thing, right? So it's like there's this whole spiritual, supernatural dynamic that's different, She's a scientist. She's getting her master's soon. She's a different person altogether. The way that we are building our home is a different way altogether. So I think I focus on who she is and who we are and what we're trying to build. And because I'm not in the bitter space, or there's no reason to always be like, there was swag. Here, you see. And it's not, I'm not grading you great because this was so bad.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Takes away,
I'm
man.
grading it great because it's just great. It's like, oh my gosh,
Sure.
like, this is awesome. Like what we have is a beautiful thing, and I just want us to build it. And so my lion and my lamb wants to protect that in all that it can be.
Sure.
You know, to see her flourish in who she is and all she can be, and to see us and when the kids come in. Because, you know, we might catch up with you on that one.
We've been waiting
Hallelujah
for a long time. Yeah. I was like, dog, you are such a dad. Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think it's time now. It's time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think Zion needs a little cousin.
Yeah.
So,
Cousins.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to have some twins.
That's
I
cool,
got
bro.
some positions right now that I'm working out.
Yeah, that's good.
They might score me double.
Twins, bro. Do it, bro. How old are you now?
That's
40,
now.
bro.
Imagine, bro.
40. Hey, you're going to be an old timer.
Bro.
You're going to be that timer
Bro.
when you fetch your kids, they'll be like, yo, so-and-so, your granddad is here to pick you up. That's you, bro.
As long as I'm not all shriveled up and weak, bro. As long as I got some.
Nah, you still have it in you.
Some strong granddad.
Because let me tell you something. Once you have kids, there's parts of you that die quicker, right? Because of the energy that's required to keep up with these people, bro, right? And you've preserved all of that because you don't have a kid. But you're old now. So those parts are going to die.
I'm an elder now.
Twice quicker.
I'm an elder now.
Yeah.
But it's time.
You need to drink whatever
time.
LeBron is drinking. That's the only way, bro. You're going to be...
Stay that.
Energetic, bro.
Yeah. And you know the funny thing about aging is you don't feel you're old until it's too late.
Yeah.
Because you still feel like, oh, but I still feel 30.
Until you jump off a thing.
And then,
and your knee lands up here.
And your body tells you,
literally
nah,
pops
man.
from your leg
Man.
And then you're like, how did my knee hit me here?
Yeah, and before it would heal in 2 days.
It wouldn't even. It will just bounce off the ground,
you're
bro.
like,
yeah.
bro, what did I do?
Have you seen the thing where they're like, if a fly like passes you quick and you turn with it after 30, like your neck is done, bro. You can't do this at 30.
Bro, I did a handstand with some kids.
Why?
Why? I did some handstands, just like handstands.
Why?
Bro, I was in bed the whole day. The next day, I was like, what's going on with my back? No core strength.
Why, bro?
Bro.
Why?
Bro, it's too late.
Nah, insane, bro. Insane. I know I said I was going to end there, but I'm ending here now. Pastor who's divorced.
You're a preacher, bro.
No, pastor who's divorced, bro. How are people dealing with that?
So that was, I haven't had too much experience with a bad experience with that.
Okay.
There was a big fear at the beginning. It was huge, especially when I was telling the church. Oh, bro, I was really nervous about that my ministry, my name was stained to some degree.
Yeah.
It's never going to be the same.
Yeah.
Like now I'm in the category of all these pastors who have been divorced. Like, there's Julz now. He's one of them. It's terrible. Yeah. But I think part of it was my community. Both my church really came around me. Like,
sure.
Because, so they would say, but we know you, you know, despite whatever, we know you, you know. And because I had those kind of chips on character, they could still trust. So I think there was maybe one person who walked away because of the divorce in the whole church, you know,
sure.
that I know of,
yeah.
right? Which is rare. It is rare.
Yeah.
So that was one. But immediately, even when I told the church, I was like, I hate that this is my story now. You know, immediately elders from our larger congregation just came around and prayed and said, we rebuke that lie. You're not less. You're not this. You're not that. Just in that moment, you know. So, And I guess that's the picture of how they have held me. So I guess because I'm in a community that has walked with me and has shown that they are still with me to whoever might ask questions. Because I think they get questions. I think some people ask other people things that they don't bring to me. I wouldn't be surprised if that happens.
Sure.
And so it seems like I have gatekeepers and friends and family that are like, let me tell you what really happened in case you're thinking Julz did some stuff. I can't tell you everything, but I want to let you know that's a good dude. You know? And so because of that, at least in our community, there has been just embrace after embrace. And when I was saying I'm going to get married again, guys were just like, you know, the pastors got around me. We had a whole bonfire moment, and people just prayed and prophesied, and just like praying so many great things. So community has been awesome. Outside of that, it always feels somewhat awkward. You know, I've got some people that I need to meet soon, and telling them that's been part of my story. I don't know how somebody's going to take that. Some people, it's allowed them to even hear me more, you know, because they've been through divorces and things like that. But some people, I can think it's just you know. So, yeah.
Bro.
I could probably tell you more about that in 3 years or something.
Nah, you'll be fine, bro. You're already getting boiled water. You're not gonna be talking about that in 3 years.
Who knows what I'm talking about?
You'll have soft feet, bro. Cheers!
Hey!
Bakunzi!
Huh?
But was Nkunzi.
I love this child of yours.
But you were like, nah! You cannot bruise me.
Talk to him. Keep it going. Let's see.
I'm not going to be the one who loses here. Right?
Thought you were going to go to something was going to use me.
Hey! Look at you, dog.
Come on now. Don't confuse me.
Hey!
What you talking about?
I see you, dog. My dog.
Thank you.
Brother, thanks, man. This was great. This was such a blessing. Such a blessing, bro. Yeah. You know, there's times where I shoot these things, and then only at the editing table do I confess that I think this is a quintessential episode for why it is that I do this thing. Yeah. I'm saying it on camera this time, bro. Yeah. Sure. This chat is a reminder for why I do this thing. Yeah. So thanks, bro.
Hey, man. Hope it helps.
No, it will. Definitely.
Hope it helps. Hope it doesn't.
If it doesn't help anyone else, it's helped me.
Doesn't cause nobody else any problems.
Nah.
But if it does, talk to the lion.
We'll come. Come on. Bring them here. Let's talk to the lions, right?
Let's talk to the lion.
Yeah. All right. That's what's up, man.
All right, man.
Yo, thank you so much for watching this. It's been That Husband Podcast with me, Black Newborn. This is again a space where husbands try to know better so that we can do better. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so that you're updated on what's happening on this channel. Share this content with other people. Let them experience the gems, the value, the dopeness, the encouragement, the inspiration that you get from this, right? And I hope that this was a good episode for where you are. Married, divorced, unmarried, but that it really spoke to your journey and your heart and where you are, right? See you on the flip side. That Husband Podcast with me, Black Newborn, right? Peace. And again, we can say they love each other, but love is a choice, right? And they've been choosing the other person and not themselves, you know. So in one sense, 10 years is not an achievement when you think about that. It's like, okay, it's a cool milestone for us to reflect and look back and say, hey, man, like, what are some dope things we've learned? What's going to sustain us for the next 10 years, right?